Hey, I really appreciate you guys being here to cover us. I'd say give credit to SIUE. I think they're a very scrappy team. They've got a completely different identity than they did a year ago, and they just play really hard. For 40 minutes, they're going to press you and stay aggressive and play with a lot of energy. And I think Coach Quigley's doing a great job for them. This obviously wasn't. It's I guess a good feeling in a roundabout way that you can be so frustrated with a 30-point win. That's good things, right? But I felt like Aijha in that first half was key for us. I just think she showcased a little bit more of her skill set in regards to really being able to break that pressure with confidence and having playing with really, for the most part, really good pace. I thought she was really efficient where she was at tonight. I know she was disappointed in her rebounding our last couple games, and I know that's always something that she takes great pride in. And she's a tremendous rebounder, very efficient and pretty impressive stat line for the minutes that she played. I thought we had some other kids that really came in. Rosie had a really nice first half for us, and we're a little bit banged up. We're not where we need to be physically right now, and so I think just the rest and recovery over the next 48 hours is going to be critical for us. Hitting the road again, that takes a toll on you a little bit, but we're looking forward to the opportunity in front of us. We really are. We understand and have a lot of respect for Baylor, and we know it's going to be a dogfight, but we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Coach, when you talk about breaking the press in the first half, how big was the passing, and how did you see that kind of improve as the game went on?
Yeah, just, we weren't where we needed to be. And again, I don't want to take a thing away from SIUE. They play really hard. They're very scrappy. We haven't played anyone yet that pressed us for 40 minutes, and so I definitely do not want to take anything away from them. But I don't know that I feel like we were engaged at the level that we needed to be. And we there's a standard, and it's if we're going outcome based, what a great game, great win. But we're about the process, about the standards that we have, and I think probably everybody collectively would say that we weren't where we needed to be tonight to be the best version of ourselves. And that's the disappointing thing. But this season's a marathon, not a sprint, and you're going to have some peaks and valleys and some tough games, and you've got to weather the storm, you got to learn from it, and you got to move forward. We're either going to win and learn, or we're going to learn, and we've got to continue to embrace that mindset.
Coach, you guys are off to your best start since 2015. I mean, what does that mean for you guys as a program, and what do you think has been the key to that success?
Yeah, I think, again, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and we've got a lot of games in front of us. It's the beginning of December, and so I think it's, keeping everything in perspective. I think a big key, the key to that is what's going on in that locker room. Their commitment to mission first, team always, their ability over the last 6 months to again peel back the layers and evaluate, and the maturity that we've seen, and the 5 new kids that have brought a ton of energy and passion, and in our upperclassmen, I think really taking pride in their leadership and understanding what we needed from them. And so it's the culture, it's the locker room, it's the chemistry, and it's a special group. I love coaching them. I've said this last time. I think they're fun. They really are. They work hard. They're fun to be around, and we love to go to battle with them. We know it's a long season. We got a lot of games, and it's easy to be a great teammate and all excited when it's 70 and sunny. We know there's going to be some tough days ahead of us, but this is a group that I truly believe in my heart of hearts are going to continue to wrap their arms around each other and battle for each other one game at a time.
Coach, it seems like turnovers continue to be an issue. You got 19 tonight, but only 14 points off of those turnovers tonight. Can you find any silver lining in getting back on defense and holding them once you do?
What do you mean it continues to be a problem? Because I think we've had some pretty good games where we've limited those. So, and again, I don't have the cumulative stats in front of me, but I feel like we've been much better this year.
You're right, but there have been a couple nights with 19 to 20 turnovers, just specifically tonight.
Yeah. That's what they do. They just wear on you. I think they're averaging I think they're forcing 21 turnovers a game, I think, if my stats are correct. But it's really us being more locked in, to be honest with you. And again, I don't want to take anything away from SIUE. I do not. They are gritty. They play hard. But I think as you go back and watch film, you'll see that we had some lapses. We didn't make some good decisions. And, we've got to be better because that will come back to bite us. And we're too good for that. I truly believe that we're too good in that area for some of the turnovers that we had tonight.
Sara, I know you've been playing a little out of position with injuries and whatnot, but how has your game developed a little bit as you kind of learned another position and kind of had to go through that process of the first few games of the season?
Yeah, I guess today sort of was different for me. Sort of had to fill in at the 5 position a little bit, which I've never really done before. And I guess just having my teammates wrapping their arms around me, just sort of being like, do this, do that, sort of talking me through it. So I'm just really grateful to have the people that I do around me sort of supporting me through it. So.
And how did you feel on the offensive end going 4-4-4?
I've just, I guess, gotten the confidence from the coaches saying that, like, shoot your shot when it's open, and I guess just that's what I did.
The thing I'd say about Sara, and we challenge all of our players with this, do your job. Don't do more than your job, do your job. And I think, Sara understands when she gets rhythm shots, those are good looks for her. When she has an opportunity to attack, those are good, but she doesn't force the action. I think she understands she's surrounded by a lot of kids that can score at a high level and just tries to really play within the flow of our offense. And I think that, along with her rebounding and along with how hard she runs her lanes, I mean, those are all things that I think are, pay dividends for us. But I love how she consistently does her job and doesn't try to do more than what she needs to do. And I think that leads to a very efficient stat line. So super happy for this kid.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, what was the difference defensively between tonight and last weekend?
Well, I mean, two completely different teams. I mean, if you look back at Lehigh and Columbia, I mean, both of those teams are, I think, top, 16 in the country for three-point field goal efficiency and the number of threes that they make per game. And so, this is more of a paint-first team. And so I think you're just looking at two completely different types of teams.
Aijha, another day, another double-double for you. What's your secret? Like, what has been the key to your success as well?
I just think probably just having a hunger for the ball, just being hungry and resilient to go get the boards. I don't know what to say.
Aijha, I know there's a couple of times you got in a transition and it looked like you were going to try to go coast to coast and try to kick it out and whatnot. What were you seeing on some of those plays where they turned into transition plays?
Just getting ahead of the defense. If we have an advantage, we take advantage of that advantage and just passing it ahead, getting the bucket.
Yeah, I think Aijha's got the ability to see plays sometimes before they actually happen. She's got really good court vision. She's a very good passer. I think the things that we keep talking about is trying to make sure we're playing with pace. She's so explosive and strong and very, very quick with the ball in her hands. And just, the importance of playing with pace. But I thought she was key for us in that first half, just her ability to attack some of that full court pressure.
Coach Mamo had 8 assists, and I know her assist numbers are starting to bump up a little bit more as the year's gone on. What's been the key to that?
Our teammates making shots. I think that's a big part of it. I think you got a handful of kids that are shooting at a pretty high percentage. And, again, that's a young lady that understands what her job is and what we need her to do. Tremendous defender, really quick. Can create and transfer the advantage for us, and she's shifty. She got strong handles, and it's nice to see her, sprinkling some shots for us too. That's really important. But just a great distributor, and really I think takes pride in trying to create opportunities to transfer that advantage.
And Aijha and Sara, I guess this is for either of you. But as players, what do you make of the test coming up with Baylor on Saturday?
It's going to be a battle. We know it's going to be a battle for 40 minutes. Just two good teams going at it. I think it's best that we prepare well and watch film, do what we got to do to walk into that battle ready.
What she said.
Coach, how did it feel to get to see some of your other players you got to go through your roster more? How did it feel to see them get some points? I think everybody got to score at least 1 point tonight. I guess it's a question for all of you guys.
Love it, absolutely love it. I tell them all the time, I want to play all of them, but it's got to be mission first. And really, I would say this team, very unique and special and uncommon in regards to their ability to really pour into mission first and just selfless. They all want to play, but they understand mission first. And so when they have an opportunity, I think that's huge. I think it's going to build more confidence for them, having that game experience. But absolutely love having an opportunity to get those guys in the game. And they earned it. I mean, they work hard every day in practice. They have great attitudes. And just absolutely love it. I thought it was huge for Sky. I mean, it's been over a year and a half since she's been able to get on the court. That's a long, almost maybe 2 years. I mean, it's been a long time. And so I know there's a lot of nerves, but you could see the potential in her. And obviously, Jayla is made some great strides for us. Sara works her tail off. I mean, it's great when you get an opportunity to get those kids in the game.
Speaking of that, do you have any update on Aijha Williams?
No, well, I mean, a little bit. So we just, we were prepared. If we needed to play her, we would have. But really felt like if we could take advantage of maybe another day or two of trying to get some of that swelling down in her knee and make sure she's ready to go for Baylor, that would be to our advantage. And so if we needed, she was ready to go, but we were really hoping that we'd have an opportunity to give her another day's rest.
Coach, when you look at Baylor, obviously you've seen a lot of different teams, a lot of different styles, and like tonight with the full court press. And how have all those lessons, all those games prepared you for Saturday?
Well, I think I haven't watched film on Baylor yet. I'm not going to do that. You see so many upsets. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm sure you guys have seen them this last couple weeks. So definitely learned my lesson in that area and was really focused on SIUE. But I will say that what I think has been huge for us is the games that have really challenged us and tested us, and when things didn't always go great for us, and the way these guys have been able to pull together and lean in and trust the game plan and continue to kind of recalibrate and refocus and reset themselves, I think has been huge. I think last year there was times when we faced adversity and we kind of went separate ways, and I feel like and these guys could to attest to it better than I could because I'm not on the court with them, but I feel like their ability to stay the course and lean in has been really good. And so I think that's huge because the tougher the games get, the more intense they are, the emotions get higher, and so we just really want to be mindful of mission first. Our responses, events are going to happen. How do we respond to those events? Is it emotional based or is it mission based? And we really try to remind each other to make sure it's mission based.